Make
Good luck,
us proud.
Good luck to Team
indeed.
South Africa, man. It's going to be quite an interesting weekend full of sports, especially with the Davis Cup, eh?
Yeah, nice to have Raven Klaasen, our finalist in the Australian Open. The Heat couldn't beat him, but great to have that kind of experience coming back into the SA squad and looking to make it into that coveted Group 1. Now, Davis Cup is so convoluted, but ideally you want to be in that top tier, and South Africa is knocking on that door.
Indeed.
So good luck, guys. Well, talking about knocking on the door of greatness, it is the African Championships final this coming weekend. I had the pleasure of falling asleep last night to obviously a massive brass band playing our national anthem in Greenpoint Stadium.
The celebrations are here, man,
feeling,
in true earnest, and not just for the soccer fans, musician fans as well. I checked out Chad Simon's Instagram account yesterday. He tweeted a picture of him and the other artists that will be performing at the closing ceremony tonight. It's going to be huge, but of course the big matchup, man. What are people saying out there about? What are the experts saying?
I think, as we were saying, Ghana look like the out-and-out favourites. They've proven themselves time and time again on the international stage. They've been winning African titles since the 80s, but that's where the interesting story comes in. It's a bit of a grudge match from the 80s where Libya were defeated by Ghana in the final of AFCON. So this is a chance for them to get a bit of bragging rights, some national pride.
Yeah, and I think that this is the one championship where we've seen kind of the heart of a team on game day really count for a lot more than their previous performances or, the badges or the medals that come with them. So, even though everyone out there is calling out for Ghana to be winning because it's pretty much a straight set match like that, but I don't know who can actually call on what's going to be happening.
See, my worry is, and we saw this happen now in the knockout stages, it turned back into a tournament after seeing all this wonderful free-flowing, free-scoring football.
Yeah.
Now we are going to really see games being pushed to their limit. I have no doubt that tonight is going to go into extra time and probably go into penalties. And here we see Ghana up against Nigeria, and this is where they showed their class. We all love to judge players when they step up to that penalty spot to take a penalty.
Yeah.
But in a penalty shootout, all bets are off.
That's
now
true.
You've got players that seldom strike having to come up and do the business. And what I loved, Libya's goalkeeper, Mohammed, was the guy that scored the winning penalty and saved 2 penalties.
Yeah.
So to have a keeper like that in your bag is something special.
So what does that say about a team? I mean, obviously, I think it speaks a lot to their composure, their ability to remain calm under pressure and perform under strenuous situations where, Libya might need that in their arsenal tonight. But for you, what does that say for a team?
It's training.
Yeah?
It's practice and it's training. The results speak for themselves in terms of where to kick, what's going to score you goals, top right-hand corner, being able to beat the keeper, get those little books in that psychological game, but that only comes from practice. And during a tournament like this, seldom does a team spend a huge amount practicing for penalties. You've got to work on your strategy, you've got to work on your play, your defensive system. Ghana have a great defensive system. They haven't scored a massive amount of goals, but they are very strong at the back. So this kind of plays into their natural style of play, this kind of game.
Yeah.
But whether they will have the composure again to come out here and beat them on penalties, I don't know. But it makes for a wonderful matchup. And I hope South Africans are going to go out there to support African football. Remember, this is key. This is a chance for us to send a message to the rest of the world, for Cape Townians to send a message to the rest of South Africa. We can fill our stadiums. We can support our tournaments here in South Africa. It really is going to be a fireworks show. And it sounds like, the supporting acts and the musicians in themselves are going to be brilliant, if my ear was correct last night. So get out there, fill the Greenpoint Stadium.
Indeed. Well, stay tuned. Lots more to come on your Feel Good Breakfast show.